Hey guys, I'm Amanda, the Botanical Brunette, and welcome to my channel. So I'm gonna get a little spicy today. I'm gonna show you kind of the plants that I am just fighting with. They either hate me or I don't like them. So a couple of weeks ago, I started getting into kind of like just a slump. I was just not really I just was not feeling myself, and just kind of getting into the seasons is just kind of hard sometimes. And I just kind of got tired of taking care of some of these plants. Some of the plants that I had, I actually wound up getting rid of. While I was on vacation, a few of them kind of, felt my absence. And I was just over it. And I just threw them out. If they had root rot or anything that was wrong with them, I throw it out. Just start over. And it's just kind of my whole thing is, unless it's a super prized possession of yours or a rare plant that you can't find again, just throw it out. Just start over again. It's just easier to do that. So I'm gonna show you all the plants that have just been getting on my last nerve the last few days, and just kind of another side of plant parenthood. And basically not everything on Instagram or YouTube or any of that is always going to be beautiful and perfect. And there's ugly sides to being a plant parent. They're just like anything. So I'm gonna show you all of my plants that I just, we're arguing right now, and kind of go over what's going on with them and what I'm going to do with them. Whether it's going to be I'm gonna get rid of them, or if I'm gonna try to save them and revive them. But I do want to say, just because you have a plant that is dying or is in need of help doesn't mean that you're doing a bad job. This is all a learning experience for everybody, and just, it's one of those things where it's a hard lesson, but when you fall off that horse, you gotta just get back on it. So that is what I'm doing today. So let's just stop me rambling and get into it. But before we talk about that, please like this video if you like this kind of content, and also please consider subscribing. I am not usually like this. And let's get into it. So a couple weeks ago, I did tell you all the plants that I was thankful for and grateful for in the year 2021. But today I'm going to be talking about the plants that I don't like. So some of these plants may surprise you, but these plants are just being difficult. So the first plant I want to talk about today is my Philodendron Mikins. It's ugly, guys. Philodendron Mikins, I'm sorry. I've seen some people have Philodendron Mikins that are gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Mine has never looked like that. Now I know that they shouldn't trail, and I know that they should have a moss bowl to climb and everything, but this plant has just been non-stop trouble for me. So let's talk about why I am not loving it. So I got this at Gabriella Plants beginning of the year, I believe, and I was head over heels. It was so pretty, and it had the kind of pretty leaves on it. It actually was, I think, one of my favorite plants in my collection when I first started this channel. And look at where we are now. Look at all we've accomplished. So so I just okay, so where do I start with this? This plant has had spider mites. It now has thrips, which we're dealing with, and I don't think we have them anymore. I have two other propagations in my collection, and I'm just gonna eventually fill it out. Now again, I know that if it trails, it's going to produce smaller growth, but I'm telling you, it was like ugly little tiny leaves. It was just not pretty. So I'm debating on if I want to rehome this or not. I'm not loving it. I'm not feeling it. I don't really know. I haven't decided yet. I will try to repot it in a bigger pot. I have so much propagating right now that it's going to make like probably a good 4-inch pot. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So we're gonna try to get it back. Oh, I also forgot to mention that my first struggle with this plant was actually I got root rot. So this is the first time I've ever had root rot in my collection, and I didn't really know what to do. I wound up chopping it and then growing it again, and then it grew the little leaves like I mentioned before. And now we're chopped again and back to where we were, not because of root rot, but because of thrips. So yeah, that's my Philodendron Mikins. I told you guys I'm gonna be spicy today. So the next plant that I am not loving, or is not loving me, is this Alocasia Tiny Dancer. I mean, what to say about it? What to say about it? They're like dumb. I didn't realize that they don't grow. I did cut off. I wish I would have kept them for the video, but I had really long stems with tinier leaves. It sits under a grow light right next to a humidifier, and it stretches, and I don't know why. I don't know. I don't really know. I have really good luck with alocasias, but this one is just not it. It's not it, buddy. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna just kind of let it do its thing. It kind of just sits in the back of my shelf behind me, and I let it do its thing. It doesn't have any pests. It hasn't given me any trouble. I haven't had root rot. I haven't had anything. It's just ugly. Like, I don't like the way it looks. So that is my Alocasia Tiny Dancer. So this next plant may come to be another surprise, because along with my Mikins, I believe this was another plant on that video that I was loving when I got it. And this is my Philodendron Bergen. I just don't know. I really don't know. It's just, it sits in my southeast facing window right next to the humidifier, and it's got these wrinkly leaves. It's like the leaves are browning. It had thrips on it, and look at the stupid stems. What? Are you kidding me? So I actually made a video a couple months ago on how I air layered my Rhaphidoria, but I was a dummy and I deleted it on accident, like edited, ready to go, and I was trying to make room on my computer to, you know, just make more videos, and I deleted it. Yep, everything. I deleted even the unedited version. I just deleted it. So we're gonna do another video on air layering with this plant, because I'm gonna give it another opportunity. So if you can see, like, there's a lot of like really good like nodes in there. So I'm gonna see if we can air layer this. I'm gonna do a video, and I'm not gonna delete it this time. But I figured that this plant would be a good candidate for that. That way it's not going to be kind of like wobbling. It's like, what are you? I don't even know. Like, if you see here, I chopped it because it started growing all white leaves. Now that's pretty, but it doesn't last long on the plant, and eventually those die off and become brown and just gross. So, and I just really like don't need that high variegation. I like the like, I really like these type of leaves, like the really like contrast, like bright dark green with like the bright white stripes on it. But I don't even know. So we're gonna try to air layer it, and hopefully we'll get some good roots with that. I did get a lot of great roots with my other plant. Unfortunately, I wish I could have showed you guys that. Philodendron Bergen. We're gonna try to get her back, and maybe I'll love her again. And maybe I'll give her another chance and she'll be cute again. But for now, it's just long and wonky, and it just, she ain't it. She ain't it. So during filming this, my camera fell, so it's a little different angle, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing this. So the next plant on this list that I'm fighting with right now is probably the last time you'll see this plant because it's done. And that is Philodendron Windomi. Just look how pretty she is, right? I just like, why? So I repotted this plant and I hated it, and I've tried watering it. I think I root rotted it. It's just, I'm just done. I have tried to revive this plant already, and it just looks like, I mean, honestly, like I wasn't even loving it before this all started happening. It just looked like grass. It just looked like grass, and I was just like, ugh. But like, I mean, she's a bit thirsty, but I'm probably just gonna dump it in the garbage because it's just too far gone. Like I don't, I don't even know anymore. I had a big version of this and I wound up root rotting it, and I rooted everything. I rooted everything, and these are very hard to replant because they're all like, I can probably pull one out. Let me pull one out. Cause like, why not, right? It's already died. It's already dead. So, guys, she's thirsty. But yeah, all of them were this small. So like repotting that was just like a nightmare. So I just don't even care anymore. Like I really don't love this plant. I hate to just throw it out, but it's gotta go. It's just not bringing me joy. It's not like making me happy anymore. It just honestly just makes me annoyed. And I've only kept it to show you in this video. So after this video, goodbye. And then the last plant that I want to talk about today, and that's on this list, is not really a plant that I necessarily don't like, but it doesn't like me, and that is this Philodendron Paradoxa. Has given me no growth in several months. Although I did just notice this one little stem right here. That might be hopeful, I don't know. But you can also see these like brown stems, and it's not like underwatered. So I don't know what its problem is. I water it when I water everybody else, and there's even been times where I've skipped watering because my moisture meter was like, no, she's good. I don't know. And I've heard that like this plant is like super rare and it's hard to find and it's becoming endangered, so it makes me even more like frantic to keep it alive. I don't even know if that's true. I think it was just like one YouTuber had mentioned it, but yeah, I just like, I don't know. I mean, we'll give it another try. I'm gonna keep going. I love it. I think it's cute. It just doesn't like me. So, and that will happen. So when I got this plant, I got it from Etsy, and it was a bare root, like plant shipment. And when I got it, a lot of the stems where the roots were attached were black, and they were really mushy. And I was like, well, that's root rot. So I was like, you know what? Instead of reaching out to the seller and be like, hey, can I get another one? I was a dummy and was like, hey, it's fine. I'll root it. This was not easy to root, let me tell you. And it already like, it has like such weak little roots. I'm not even gonna pull that out, even though it's like starting to come out. You can see that right there. It's like starting to like, guys, I don't even know, but it's, I see on Instagram like all the really pretty like long ones like trailing down, and this one just doesn't love me, but we're gonna keep trying, and hopefully these are new. These will grow. I've had luck with my other Ripsalis so far. It's like already given me growth, so maybe it just needed to really grow some good roots, and hopefully this summer we'll get some new growth. But I'll give you an update when we get into that. So that's it, guys. That is my collection of plants that I'm not loving at the moment. Now, as you saw, I am keeping 4 out of the 5. The Windomi is gonna be gone because I'd rather just go get another one than rehab it again. It's just such a hassle to rehab that plant. So yeah, but that's all part of plant parenthood. It's all part of it. You're gonna find plants that you're just gonna grow out of. You're just gonna be like, you know what, I don't really love that plant anymore. Or you're gonna have plants that are just gonna like not love your house or not love you or your care or anything like that. It doesn't say anything about you as a plant parent. It just, maybe your environment is not suitable for the plant, and just let it go. Be like Elsa. So yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comments if there's any plants that you are not loving right now at the moment or you're fighting with, and I would love to discuss it. Like I said, like 2 of those plants were plants that I had in my collection that were like plants that I was loving at the moment, and now they're definitely on the bottom of the list. So who knows? Hopefully they'll bounce back and I'll have amazingly beautiful plants again. But that's it for today. I hope you guys all have a great day and stay botanical.